Good afternoon, folks. My name is Kurt Hitzemann, County Court Judge here in Hernando County. You folks are here for your first appearance. The purpose of the first appearance is so that you may be informed of the charges against you. I'll determine if probable cause exists for those charges. Probable cause simply means it's more likely than not that a crime has occurred, and more likely than not that you're the person who committed that crime. Of course, as you stand before me this afternoon, I presume that you're innocent of these allegations. That presumption of innocence will stay with you through every stage of the proceedings unless and until the State Attorney's Office is able to prove the charges against you beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt. We'll set your conditions of pretrial release today, that is your bail or your bond. In most cases, you've had a bond set already pursuant to the bond schedule here in the 5th Judicial Circuit or the warrant which led to your arrest. I'll determine if that bond should be raised, the lowered, or left the same, or whether there'll be additional conditions of pretrial release placed upon you. We'll let you know when your next court date will be, and if you'd like to have the services of the public defender, I'll gladly appoint the PD to represent you this afternoon. You do have a right to have contact with folks on the outside, family, friends, counsel. If you haven't had a chance to make that call, please let me know. We'll make sure that that happens. Finally, and most importantly, you're advised that you do have an absolute right to remain silent with regard to the facts which surround your arrest. I encourage you to do that. These proceedings are recorded. In addition, there is an assistant state attorney in the courtroom with me. If you say something that tends to incriminate you, they will use it against you in the prosecution down the road. I now need each and every one of you there at the jail to please raise your right hands and be sworn. Y'all solemnly swear affirm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Outstanding. When you hear your name called, please step forward to the podium. Rene Rodriguez. Morning, Mr. Rodriguez. What's your date of birth?
June 1st, 1980.
All right. Renee, you're hearing a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for a misdemeanor battery being domestic in nature. Mr. Konajeski.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Rodriguez is currently on probation for a battery charge, but this is not a violation of that probation. This predated his offense.
Okay.
The young lady who is the alleged victim, Ms. Randall, is present. I know she'd like to have contact with Mr. Rodriguez, I'm sure.
Okay.
If the court would like to inquire.
Yeah. Ms. Randall, come on forward. Hi, how are you?
Really?
I'm good. Raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear affirm, tell truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name.
Melissa Ray Randall.
All right. Melissa, how do you know Renee?
He's my fiance. We live
Okay.
together.
And how long have you known him?
5 years.
Are you concerned that he's going to hurt you or harm you in any way?
Absolutely not.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you to get you to come here and ask for contact?
No.
Okay. And state what other history is there? Just the last couple of years.
Well, he has the case that he's on battery probation for, adjudication for driving on license suspended 2017, no valid 2015. Driving offenses, a battery withhold in 2010. Everything else looks like it's driving offenses.
Okay.
And the battery he's on probation for, Ms. Randall, is not involved in.
Okay. Is it a misdemeanor?
It was.
Okay. Renee, you working these days?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
I'm a roofer.
Okay. And I have an address for you on Larkin Road. Is that where you live?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to set the bond on this at $100. Condition of the bond is that you can have peaceful contact with Miss Randall. It's always a crime to touch this young lady anyway. She does not want to be touched. It could be a violation of conditions of pretrial release if you have any contact with her that can't be described as peaceful. So much as raising your voice might result in your bond getting revoked if I were to find out about it. Melissa, this doesn't change anything for you much going forward. You get to have contact with him, but if there was some reason you thought it was necessary to call 911, you should do that. They'll come running just as fast as they ever would have, all right?
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, Renee, you'll be back in court on this probably the 21st. August 23rd, make sure that you stay in contact with your lawyer when you get out, all right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Christina Stewart. After Ms. Stewart, what's your date of birth?
2/12/90.
All right, Ms. Stewart, I get the warrant for you out of Pasco County. The judge that signed the warrant found probable cause. Actually, it's 2 warrants. The first one is petty theft, obtaining money with a false receipt, and trespassing. The second one is fraud charge. So the bonds were set at 2,500, 500, 2,000, and 500. So that's a total of 5,500. If you can post those bonds, you can get out of jail here, go down to Newport Richey, find out when they want you back in court. If you can't post them, I'll give Pasco 5 days to come get you. Doesn't take 5 with Pasco, but if for some strange reason you're still here in 5 days, they'll bring you back to see me and I'll find out what the problem is, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Deborah Downing? Afternoon, Deborah. What's your date of birth?
5/17/80.
Deborah, you are here on warrant signed by Judge Rupi. Apparently you failed to appear in her court on 2 charges, a no valid driver's license, no motor vehicle registration. State, is this something she can resolve today?
The offer in the file, your owner, is an adjudication, 30 days, Hernando County Jail, fines, courthouse cost, prosecution.
Deborah, you got 2 in now. Do you want to do the 30 days or do you want to try to bond out and talk to a lawyer?
No, I'll do 30 days.
All right, you understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can resolve this today?
Yes.
Very good. Case number 19 CT 1449 as the charge in count 1 that you operated a vehicle without a valid license. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
And as the charge in count 2 that your vehicle wasn't registered, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
Accept those pleas, find they're freely and voluntarily made. Adjudicate you guilty on both counts. Sentence you to 30 days in the county jail on both counts running concurrently. Credit for 2 days served on each count. Finding court costs on 1 is $488, on count 2 is $88, and your cost of incarceration. But that takes care of it, Deborah. You just need to finish the time, okay? Thank you. Ryan Baldesser. Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
05/03/1987.
All right, Ryan, you're here on a warrant that was signed by Judge Angelitis. He found probable cause for a battery as a second or subsequent offense. As for that charge, you're going to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like me to appoint the public defender?
Yes.
I'll appoint the PD, State.
I'm showing an adjudication
Yes, sir.
for driving under the influence from February this year out of Hillsborough. It looks like an open battery in Pasco from 2018, or I'm at least not showing a disposition. Violation of domestic violence injunction, adjudication 2017, Marion County. Adjudication failure to comply with injunction 2017, Marion County. Withhold for principal to grand theft 2013, Marion County. Battery domestic violence 2011, withhold out of Marion County. It's like a withhold for possession of alcohol by person under 21 out of Lake County. Also has some juvenile history is what I see. And that's what I'm showing on it.
Okay. Ryan, where you been staying lately?
I was staying with my mom, then I moved to my aunt and uncle's.
Okay. What's the address there?
It's 19, 444 Oaks.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No, not 4 Oaks. I'm sorry.
Okay. What's the street?
It's, Jade City,
Okay.
or, I don't remember.
Okay. Well, how about the job? You working these days?
I'm gonna have a job when I get out.
What will you be doing?
Animal shelter. Taking care of animals. SP.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna set your bond at the $2,000. Condition of the bond is that you'll have, while this charge is pending, you'll have no contact whatsoever with James Sellers. I'll have you back in court on the 28th of August. Very important that you contact the public defender when you get out. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
May I,
What's your question?
I had court today for the last charge. I was supposed to go.
Misdemeanor court?
Yes.
It looks like,
That probably got dropped and became this.
yeah. And that
Okay.
was,
Yep. Yeah, they upended it because they're alleging you have prior convictions for battery, so they can charge it now as a felony, and that's what they did. So this is the only thing you have going now, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. Bobby Graham? Afternoon, Bobby. What's your date of birth?
12/17/63.
Bobby, you got two things today. First is a warrant signed by Judge Merritt. He found probable cause for violation of probation. You got a new arrest for resisting without. There's probable cause for both. As to those charges, you want to represent yourself. You're going to hire private counsel. Would you like the public defender?
Public defender.
I'll point the PD. Bond on the VOP, of course, is no bond. I can't change that. I am going to change the date. They told you the 28th of August. I'm going to move you up to August 20th. Public defender will come see you before then. On the resisting, I'll leave the bond at 1,000. That one's coming back on the 21st of August. PD will come see you about that case as well before you go to court, all right?
Okay.
Thank you. Paul Long.
Yes, Your Honor.
Afternoon, sir. What's your date of birth?
5/21/60.
All right. All the charges, unlawful use of a state transportation facility. State, is this something he can resolve today?
Yes, sir.
Hang on. It's panhandling.
I'd like to resolve it today if I could.
Yeah, I think we can. Hang on, Paul.
They don't do credit time served.
All right, Paul, you want to take time served?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You understand by entering a plea today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
As to the charge of unlawful use of a public transportation facility, how do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept that plea. Find it's freely and voluntarily made. I will adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 1 day in the county jail, credit 1 day served, fine and court costs is $5.53, and your cost of incarceration for the 1 day. And I'll tell you, Paul, they're gonna get you every time if you're gonna stand out there at 19 and 50, especially if you're standing on state roads. So, and now every time I see you for this charge, if I see you, you're gonna get more time. So it just keeps piling up.
You won't never see me again, Your Honor.
That's the right attitude, my friend. All right. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you'll be released today, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mark Nagin.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Sir. What's your date of birth?
5678.
All right. Mark, you're here on a warrant that I signed. I found probable cause for a violation of probation. The recommendation from probation is we terminate that probation and give you 30 days in the county jail. If you want to take that today, you can. If you'd rather speak to an attorney first, you sure can do that. What would you like to do?
If I may, Your Honor, I still had a month left on probation. I ended up, since the last time I saw you, respectfully, I got employment. I've been working my tail off. I know when they read me the violation last night, I'm actually paid up. I paid my whole fine off on Monday. The last of the money is completely paid. I had to call probation. It time lapsed. I could not get back into the course. I actually did that. I've had the last 3 weeks. I haven't had a day off. I still take care of my 80-year-old mother when I get home, doing all that. I actually had today was my first scheduled day off. I got the login information and everything back by calling Apis. I was going to do that today, and I have an appointment with Mr. Nagel scheduled for August 8th. So I was trying to get everything wrapped up. I just got caught up on time and with job, but I've been out there doing everything I'm supposed to, as far as changing and continuing to work towards better.
Well, almost everything. Reporting
Reporting
wasn't big on your list, apparently.
I wasn't on reporting.
You were on mail-in, and you weren't mailing
Yes,
in or contacting or doing anything of that nature. Nobody knows what you were doing because they had no contact with you, right?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Well, I'm not, you don't need to apologize to me. I'm just, you tell me you're doing everything you're supposed to do, and the reason you got violated is because they lost contact with you. They didn't know where you were. That is the only reason. They had no idea where you were or if you were doing anything because you weren't telling them. So, don't tell me you were doing everything you were supposed to, because the one thing you were supposed to be doing, you weren't, because quite frankly, if you don't have money, they understand that. If you have trouble getting things done, they understand that. The thing they don't understand is you not reporting. Okay? Unless you're in some horrible accident and you're in a coma somewhere, there's no reason for that.
Apologies, Your Honor.
So, hang on. You working these days?
Yes, sir. I work for Babino Lawn Care.
Okay.
Like I said, today was my actually first scheduled day off in over 3 weeks.
Okay. All right. Tell you what I'll do. If you want to admit a violation today, I'll give you time served. You'll get out and you get on with your life. And then hopefully you and the criminal justice system will never meet again. You want to do that?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You understand by entering a plea, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer, but you're willing to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Case number 19MM482, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept the admission, find it was freely and voluntarily made. Revoke and terminate the probation unsuccessfully. Adjudicate you guilty of the underlying charge if that wasn't done before. Sentence you to 1 day in the county jail. Credit 1 day served. It'll be $50 for the night in jail and $100 for the state for cross prosecution, but that takes care of it. If there's nothing else keeping you in the jail, you'll be released today. Good luck to you.
Your Honor, can I pay that on the way out? Do I pay them? Or
You
do I
can come
down?
see the clerk here in Brooksville.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Austin Smith. Austin, what's your date of birth?
5/16/97.
All right, Austin, first thing I have for you is a warrant I signed. Apparently you failed to appear in my court on a driving on a suspended and no motor vehicle registration. And the other thing is also a warrant I signed because you failed to appear on a driving on a suspended license. State, is that something he can resolve today?
He had an offer of 10 days for Hernando County Jail.
All right, Austin, you want to take 10 days, resolve these two cases today?
Sure.
All right, you understand by entering pleas today, you give up the right to have a trial by jury, the right to confront the witnesses against you, the right to remain silent, the right to have a lawyer represent you, but you want to give up those rights so we can take care of this today?
Yes, sir.
Case number 19 CT1558, that's the charge of count 1 of driving on a suspended license. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
Charge of count 2 that the vehicle wasn't registered. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
Yeah, no
I'll
contest.
accept those pleas, find they're freely and voluntarily made. I'll adjudicate you guilty on both counts. 10 days in the county jail on both counts, running concurrently. 2 days credit time served on each count. Finding court costs on 1 is $488, on 2 is $88 costs of incarceration. As to the other case where it's 19 CT1607, that's the charge of driving on a suspended license. How do you wish to plead? You can plead no contest.
No
I'll
contest.
accept that plea as well. Find it's freely and voluntarily made. 10 days in the county jail. Credit 2 days served, running concurrent with the other cases. Also, finding court costs of $488. That takes care of both cases, Austin. You just need to finish the time, all right?
So I do have a bond or no?
You don't have a bond. You just entered a plea. You've got 8 more days to do it,
Uh-huh.
and these things are in your rearview mirror, if you have a license,
Okay.
that is. All right. Very good. Thank you, sir. Jay, you got anything else for me?
No, sir.
All right, awesome. Have a good weekend.